Hi guys, thank you so much for stopping by the garden today. We're going to go over a little video on my bromeliad plants because I propagated these 3 off of this plant right here, and she's starting to die. As you can see, she's losing a lot of foliage and looks rough. But before she died, she pushed out another baby right here. And I want to show you guys how I took this off of her and propagated these because it's really easy. And you want to save this little guy. These will only bloom once within their life and then push out a baby before they die. So one way I wanted to show you how to take care of these. Now, please forgive me, I'm really not that bromeliad savvy. This is one plant I really haven't grown that much. But as you can see, I've kind of figured out their care due to the help of someone. So I forget who it was. I'll post their name down below in their channel. But they had told me that I was watering these the wrong way because I was leaving water in this cup up above. So some bromeliads you can water from above and the water has to stay in that little cup. But this isn't the variety that is correct with. So I had to change the watering because that is not the right way to water these. And the tops of my plants were rotting out and I wasn't sure why. So I wanted to come on here and fix that video I did for you guys because I did this last year. And this is like my first set of bromeliads that I'm taking care of. And when you're growing something new, you have to learn about it. I've been growing for 6 years, but I've grown other plants besides these, and it took me a while to get to know them. It takes a while to get to know something when you're first starting to grow something that you haven't before. They're all different with their care. So you can see she was looking really rough. Her leaves were getting really burnt up because I had her in this little bit of sun in the morning. While I changed that, she gets just indirect bright light in the house with the fluorescent lights up above. I have LED lights on the ceiling, so they get the natural lighting in the house, and that's it. They sit on my counter in the kitchen, and that's all they get as far as lighting. They are planted in a sphagnum moss, so a really nice pressed sphagnum moss. I don't have any right here on me, but it's just this white stuff, and this works really well to plant your bromeliads in. They grow really well in this. Now, some bromeliads can grow without a growing medium. Some can't. So somebody had told me to take these out and just grow them, on a string or something. Well, I did that to one of them and it died. Look what happened to it. It died, and I got it coming back because I planted it up as soon as I seen it was struggling. So some bromeliads need roots to grow and take in the nutrients and the water through their roots. Some don't. Some take it through their leaves like air plants do. And some need that water filled up in the cup in the middle. So please make sure you are taking care of the right variety of bromeliad, and you're looking up the right care for the type of bromeliad you have, because that was wrong. And I'm not sure what type these are. I have to find out what type of bromeliads these are. But the way I water these, they're like a purple kind of bromeliad. The way I water these is just, I do water the soil all the way through. I mean the sphagnum moss, I call it soil, but I've watered the sphagnum moss all the way through, soak it, and then I press it down. Here, let me show you guys really quick so we can get a little video for you, show you how I do it. Alright, so this sphagnum moss tends to drain out really fast out of the bottom, so just make sure you have a tray or something underneath, and I just water the top, let that seep through. Now, you don't want to put too much because sphagnum moss stays really wet for a long time. As you can see, it's draining right through there. See that? So let that suck up whatever's in that tray for like a few minutes, and then what I do after I water them is tilt them upside down to make sure nothing is left in that cup. So after that water seeps in that sphagnum moss, I flip them on their side to make sure that water falls out of the center and it doesn't stay in that cup on top. I make sure that's dry within a few days. And I thank you, whoever told me to say that. I will look your name up and post you down below. I appreciate that information so very much because, there are so many different types of plants out there. And sometimes you just don't get the right information you're looking for online until somebody comes along like you and tries to fix it for you. So I really appreciate that information on these because they are looking so much better, and I just really, really appreciate it. They wouldn't be looking like this if it wasn't for your help. So usually what I do after I water is I press the sphagnum moss really lightly and gently just to make sure I squeeze out any excess, because you don't want to leave this sopping wet like a big ball of like a sponge. It's going to soak it up like a sponge. So you want to squeeze that sponge out just till it's moist. Think of it like a sponge. You just want that sponge to be moist. You don't want it to be full of that water because this is going to end up rotting out and you'll end up getting mold on your sphagnum moss, and I don't want that happening to you guys. Now, to transplant these and separate them, it's really easy. Let me get this little orchid baby out of here. I'm trying to save an orchid. But this is in sphagnum moss, so we're just going to pull it out. You can see the nice root it has on it. This is all rooted. So that's all that root to this. And we're just going to go ahead, You can see this is the baby. We're going to get some of this sphagnum moss out of here. Just put it back in the pot, just so we can see what we're doing. And then you can see this baby, the way it connects onto there like that. See that? See that baby right there? Well, we're just going to pull down and twist. Pull down and twist really gently. And you can see that we have roots now, so that's awesome. You want to kind of wait till she's rooted a little bit. You want to wait till they're a little bit bigger. We're going to fill this up with sphagnum moss, and we're going to plant her in no more than this. So you just want her butt in that soil and the rest of it out. You don't want to plant that anymore. We're going to leave it in there just like that. We're going to water. We're going to squeeze that water out as much as we can. Push that pot down. Make sure it's nice and wrung out. Just don't press too hard because you might damage some roots. And then that's it. We're good to go. I'm going to clean this mess up here. See if she grows any more babies for me. I'm not going to throw her away yet. I don't give up on plants that easy. We're going to see if she pops out another baby, because every time I pull a baby, she wants to shoot another one out. And we're going to go and plant these up for you guys. And that's it. If you have any questions at all on propagating these or growing these, just let me know. And I'll try to help you in any way I can. I'm not sure the variety, but we'll go ahead and look and see which variety it is. And I'll try to post it in the description for you guys. Or if you know the type of variety of bromeliad this is, I'd really appreciate your help. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. Remember to follow us on Facebook and Instagram, where we post pictures every day, so you guys can post along with us and show what you're growing as well. Thank you so much for stopping by, you guys. I really appreciate growing along with all of you, and so happy we get to do that together. I'll see you next time. Have a great day. Bye-bye.